Kody Brown is not a good head of his household. He has favorites, which has created fractures within his family. In particular, this has affected his relationship with his children. Kody is estranged from many of his kids. The father of 18 is oblivious to the pain and suffering he has caused his family. Kody has expressed that he is waiting for the children to apologize to him before he considers reconciliation. However, it should be the other way around. Gabe Brown shares his father's shortcomings. Gabe was candid about the situation with his father. Kody Brown tried to kick his teenage sons out of the house during the COVID-19 pandemic, including Gabe. Janelle Brown stepped in before that could happen. The relationship with Kody and Gabe has been strained ever since. Gabe talks to his mother Janella about a recent text exchange between himself and his father. Gabe said, "Dad hit me up." It was strange because he was like, "Hey, I miss you." And then he was like, he kept, phrasing it like I owed him an apology. He continued, "Eventually, I was just like, hey, unless you're actually ready to have a relationship and fix things, then we're not going to talk anymore." He came back a couple of days later and texted me. He's like, "Hey, I've been thinking about what you've been saying. I forgive you, please forgive me." I was like, "Forgive me for what? What's going on here?" Kody doesn't understand that he is the responsible party for the rift between himself and Gabe. Hopefully, he comes to this realization so the relationship can be repaired. Kody Brown refuses to be accountable. Gabe Brown doesn't understand why his father refuses to take accountability for his actions. He shared with his mother Janelle, "I told Dad that if he doesn't change and he can't take accountability, then I just won't ever see him again. And I'm perfectly okay with that." Most of the Brown children have made the same decision as Gabe, and this is because Kody's behavior towards the children is not acceptable. Janelle Brown chimed in with what she thought it would take for Kody to reconcile with the children. She said that she doesn't know what it would take at this point to get things back to normal. Janelle shared that the children are so busy and they're starting to spread out across the country. Gabe Brown replied to his mom, "I think it would take Dad really setting things straight. And I think that would take an act of God." Janelle has always taken the side of her children. She said their dad had been expressing things to them just off the cuff about, he wished that he would have waited and just married Robyn. "I don't know what Dad says that to their kids, but my kids have many stories like that." Janelle is protective of her kids when it comes to their relationship with their father. This is because Kody is not aware of how he is hurting his own children. Kody Brown can still redeem himself. Kody still can reconcile with his children, but he needs to take accountability for his actions. Everyone makes mistakes and Kody needs to own up to his. For reconciliation to take place, Kody needs to apologize for what he has done. If he were to admit his fault, some of his children would be open to fixing the relationship. The problem is that Kody has chosen to do the opposite. He expects the children to take responsibility for the damage that Kody caused. He frequently gaslights and manipulates his children to serve his narrative. If Kody Brown does not change his ways, he will end up alone and miserable. His family is not going to stick around if he doesn't change his behavior and apologize. Do you think Kody Brown will own up to the damage and destruction he has caused? This is the only way he will be able to heal the relationships with his children. Let us know what you think in the comments.